Hello friends and welcome to my channel Simply Stocks, and today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic, the Reliance Facebook deal that has just happened in the afternoon of today, that was announced, and probably it has happened earlier and many people knew about it. So what it is all about, and what is the deal, and will we benefit buying into the Reliance share around 1400 rupees, or should we just avoid it? So, what's going on with this deal? Let's understand everything. Let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation, and people taking any position into any share that I talk about should do that with their own due diligence and research. And this is purely for educational purposes. And I am not in favor or against any company that I talk about. Before I start explaining about this deal, here's a small request that kindly support me on Patreon. And once you do that, it will help me grow the channel on YouTube and make better videos on YouTube. And it will help you also ask me more questions through Patreon. So you can join with as less as $2 a month and ask me questions about stocks, portfolios, etc. And I'll definitely answer that. Plus, I have written a lot of articles and videos on Patreon that I published there exclusively. I also publish many of the videos that I publish on YouTube beforehand on Patreon, so you can visit the Patreon site and have a look at it. Now about the deal. So the Facebook has bought into 10% or 9.99% stake into Reliance Jio for roughly around 43,500 crore rupees. This is a win-win situation for both, and I'll explain that later on in this presentation. But what that deal means is one of the largest, you can say, FDI deals that has happened in the IT domain or in the technology domain, and this is a very positive for a Reliance industry group, because uh, Reliance was going through tough times after having announced the Aramco deal. The oil prices slumped from around $55-$60 a barrel all the way to $15-$18 per barrel, and that looked like the Aramco deal is out of the picture and maybe it will not go through, etc. So as I have written here, Mr. Ambani is one of the smartest businessmen in the world, probably the smartest in India, and he was up for this deal with Facebook, and probably in a quick fix manner he has went ahead with this deal to give 10% stake to Facebook of Reliance Jio for this much amount. And he wanted this because of lowering of debt. The current debt on the books of Reliance is huge, and this would eventually help even if the Aramco deal doesn't go through. This deal, along with other projects that Reliance have kept and also sold a lot of their towers over the years to other companies. So all this cash would go ahead and reduce debt by as much as and by 50%. And I've read that on Moneycontrol. So I believe that 50% of the debt could be reduced immediately, and their target of having to become a debt-free company would come through. So covering up the oil losses is there, because they are Reliance is a company that is more or less based into oil exploration at the moment. So they'll cover up the oil losses with these deals pretty much, and probably have little bit of losses up there. Uh, Also, they'll have access to huge subscriber base of Facebook and WhatsApp, and that would be a big thing. And I'll explain that later on in this presentation. How would that be? But they'll have a huge subscriber base of Facebook and WhatsApp. Also, Facebook gets entry into the Indian digital space by buying into stake into a very developing company into this voice telephony. And from 2016 till now, in the last 4 years, it has grown a lot, and more than 30% of the market share is with Reliance Jio at the moment. It's with Jio, and it is growing very fast. So around 400 million subscribers of Jio. Then WhatsApp, sorry, has 400 million subscribers. There are millions of subscribers of Jio, and then Facebook joins hands, which already have many accounts in India. So a number of accounts. So all this comes together in a big manner. So how will Reliance use the deal? So use of artificial intelligence of Facebook to gain customer preferences, because they want to leverage the Reliance retail format through, and with Facebook and WhatsApp in their bag, Reliance would greatly benefit, because through these two companies they would be able to sell their products online, like through WhatsApp and Facebook. And if you look at here, using the uh, access to the Facebook and WhatsApp at once, it helps it to leverage its products throughout the, you can say, online space. It will also help inflate the valuations of Reliance Jio. So Reliance Jio, with this, say, 10% stake is at 43,500 crore. So 100% stake would then be 4 lakh 35,000 or 4 lakh 40,000 crore. So around 4.5 lakh crore market cap is already being set for Reliance Jio. The IPO, which may come through in 2022, in 2023 maybe, or even by 2022. So there are chances for that, and probably this sets it through, sets the beginning or the footsteps towards that IPO in the later, in the next 2 3 years. So that's one thing. uh, Also, it will use the proceeds to reduce debt, as I explained, and it wants to be debt free by FY21. And if the deal of Aramco goes through and a couple of more deals happen, probably yes, Reliance Industries would be debt free, because there is a lot of debt on the books. And as I explained, 50% of the debt could be removed after this deal has gone through, just immediately. And also, Reliance would like to picture itself going forward, and that is what I feel the head of the group wants, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, that with the oil crisis that is going on, he understands that over the next decade, maybe in the next 5 6 7 years, there would not be chances for the oil to go above 70 80 dollars per barrel. Probably it will come back to 35 40 dollars per barrel, but it would not help Reliance grow a lot. So it wanted to go into some other space where the company could really gain benefit, and that's where this digital thing kicks in with the Reliance Jio, and with these kind of customer base, and increasing tariff cost for the consumers. And we have seen Reliance Jio increase prices, so from around 399 or 400 rupees, it is now around 550 rupees for the same pack and all that. So all these comes together with the Facebook deal also clogged in, that it really wants to synergize their retail platform, that means consumer centric platforms, with the online platforms on Reliance Jio, along with Facebook and WhatsApp. As far as Facebook is concerned, what would be the benefit for them? Direct access to a large customer base, because Reliance Jio is currently having millions of customers at the moment. An attempt to revive Facebook in India. So Facebook is no longer a preferred platform. They want to go to WhatsApp, although WhatsApp is owned by Facebook, and a lot of people are using Jio platform for a lot of things. So watching movies online, or doing things online, etc. uh, People are staying away from having cable connections or connections through DTH platforms, and using the Geo platform on smart television. So Facebook wants to leverage that and get benefit from it by being in people's mind through these platforms. And they know, or Mark Zuckerberg has an understanding as to where it can really get more benefit going forward in the next 8 to 10 years. It is also a gateway to the payment system, and to tell you frankly, this is what it is all about. So WhatsApp payment had applied for a license last year. It didn't go through, or probably it get through, but it failed, and so it will apply for one again, probably this year or by next year. So once WhatsApp payment comes through, it would be of great benefit as well. So it is a gateway to the payment system. So WhatsApp payment, as I explained, I had applied for license last year. It did not go through that well, and probably WhatsApp payment is the next way ahead. And if you remember, just a few months back, or probably a year or 2 years back, Facebook had come out with Facebook currencies, and anything that people wanted to buy on Facebook or through Facebook merchandising, etc., they could do through Facebook currency, and there was a complicated way of getting that Facebook currency, etc. I have a feeling, and this is my personal opinion, there's nothing like formally put together or something that is official, but I have a feeling that Facebook would like to push that thing through here in India in a more categorical manner. How would that be? In my opinion, through WhatsApp payment, there would be options of Facebook currency to be traded, and also through that you can buy stuff through Reliance Retail or Reliance. You can say the Geo Mart app through Reliance Retail. So there's a complete synergy between Reliance Retail, Geo Mart, WhatsApp payment, Facebook currency, etc. Through this process, there would be some way out to have all this streamlined. But this is what I feel like what Facebook and Reliance would like to going forward, probably year and a half down the line. Because if you may understand that Future Group with the Big Bazaar as well as DMart in some places are doing on the ground better than Reliance Retail. Although Reliance Retail has a huge you can say fan base and customer base with respect to clothes and garments, and you can say products of that sort. But they want to get into into direct you can say groceries and products of that sort, which are in access to middle and lower income group, and through this they could do that. Means the higher middle class as well as the middle class, they want to tackle that. And as we have seen that people's you can say contact and people's way of shopping, etc., changes now after all that things that have happened over the last 2 months, and people would be more inclined towards buying online. And once you are on WhatsApp and you see some products that you like, and with the artificial intelligence help of Facebook, if you are able to get something straight away on in your inbox or in your message box on WhatsApp, you'll be more inclined towards buying it, and you'll have the payment system there as well to buy it. So it's just one or two clicks, and that's it. Your job is done, and it will be delivered to your home, and the number of your WhatsApp number will be used. So in my opinion, this could be big in the next 5 6 years, just because of that. And there will be more things attached to it, and there will be more innovation, I'm sure, that Mark would come in with uh, for this thing to really get better over a period of time. Remember that Facebook has not invested into India for the last 7 8 years, and this is their biggest investment. So there have been no capex done in Bangalore facility. There have been no, you can say, a large amount of money being put in either through equity or through cash, and this is a huge investment in that regard. And they are looking to leverage Facebook Pay, as I explained, with WhatsApp, etc. And probably that would be the biggest benefit for Facebook to get into the Indian customer base in a different way altogether. So, my take about it is that Reliance is looking to become a new age digital firm, which I talk about a lot. That rather than being a simple IT firm, this is a new age technological domain company. But you can put FL into it, you can put Tanla into it, and there are other companies which are in this digital domain, Naukri through InfoEdge, etc. So these are the digital companies, India Mart, Intimation, that we talk about. Reliance is looking to be the big boss in there, and probably shift its base from oil and oil refineries, because they understand that probably days of $100, $140 per barrel that were a decade ago in oil, or 12 15 years ago in oil, are gone, and maximum oil could reach 40 50 $60 per barrel. And even that may not sustain, because the global growth might not come in that domain, and the global growth would come in this online space. People would be more looking at online platforms to work, and would be looking to commerce or do trading, do investments, or shopping on an online platform. So Reliance want to get into that digital domain, and this is the biggest reason why I got into the stock. So I bought into the stock, as you people would know now, that I have bought into Reliance, and this is the biggest reason, because this is a shift that is taking place uh, with respect to Reliance, and there will be a re-rating of the stock. So a re-rating is possible. 20 times it is trading at the moment. It could easily trade at 27 to 30 times, and I'm looking for that 40-50% upside. It could easily go past 1800. uh, right now 1360, 1380 is the price. Around 1400, 1450 is the price. So between 1360, 1450, good price to get into, and probably looking for 1800 to 2000 levels in the coming 6 9 months, 9 10 months time, 6 to 10 months time, and probably get out. So for me it is a trading play, not a large long term investment, but it can become, because this could become really big for Reliance going forward. But if you have a risk appetite, only then buy, because if really the markets turn around, you might have to stay with Reliance, buying at 1400 odd levels, and stay with the stock for probably 1 or 2 years to get into profits, etc., because markets could be very volatile going forward. So combining technology with customer acquisition in retail, this is a very interesting thing that Reliance is going into with. And with the kind of you can say brain Facebook has with artificial intelligence, I'm pretty sure that they have sorted out things. I mean, the Reliance group has sorted out things as to how to go about it. So confidence is being shown by the market into the stock, and that's how Mr. Mukesh Ambani has made so much of wealth. So I'm confident that this will take the stock 40-50% higher from here. But again, keep a stop loss according to your risk appetite, and if you have a good risk appetite, only then get into the stock. So this was my video on the Reliance Jio and Facebook deal. Please like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thanks a lot for watching.